And welcome back to Around the Valley. I'm here with Emily Scott and her little puppy Tilly. And we wanted to continue on our conversation about the dog behavior consulting that Emily does. And you do a lot of work. About 80% of your work is with dog rescues.
That's right.
Locally.
Well, people who have adopted dogs from the local rescue groups and even online.
Okay.
It's definitely easily 80% of my business. And you know, people want to adopt dogs for all the right reasons.
Right.
You know, to help these dogs find a home. You know, they've had very often a very difficult background,
Sure.
difficult past. Very often we don't even know what their background is. But they end up in a shelter facility, and you have the rescue groups that are doing a great job of trying to find them homes. And these people go in emotionally. They see a cute little dog in the kennel and they say, "Oh, I'm gonna rescue you," and it isn't until they get home 2 or 3 weeks later, or even 2-3 days later, where they realize, wow, this dog has some behavior issues and I don't know what to do about it. So it's all about trying to understand what as much as we can led to the behavior issues that we're seeing, and then trying to work and manage and change that dog's emotions so that they are either better able to handle whatever issues they're having.
Sure. And I know that, you know, with the rescue groups, they do a lot of temperament testing and assessments and so on, and they do a lot of the disclosure on, you know, this dog has, you know, concerns or issues with this and that. And then when that dog does find his forever home, then that's where you can come in and help them work through those issues that either they do know about them or they kind of discover them. You know, being in a new home setting, there could be some challenges. What are some of the typical things that you get called in for?
Yeah, well, with rescues, I mean, it's the whole gambit.
Yeah.
I have everything from just dogs who are just crazy and they've been in the kennel a long time. And they just need some focus, some obedience skills, and some impulse control training.
Okay.
But it is very common as well to see dogs that have separation anxiety.
Yeah.
Because they have been, you know, moved around a lot, and so when they get home, they get very attached to the owner. And then when the owner has to leave and go to work, it really is hard for them emotionally. So I have quite a few dogs that I've worked through with separation anxiety. Aggression, of course, is also territorial aggression. Once they figure out this is their home, they want to guard it with everything they have and
not let go of it. Yeah,
that's right. And fear, a lot of fear aggression towards either other animals or humans, because they just haven't been very well socialized, and they were found on the side of a road, and they were, you know, found a great home, but again, that early window where we could socialize that puppy is closed. So that dog now has ingrained fears towards certain things, and so we, you know, have to try and work within what that puppy is to help them have a better life.
And not only just with puppies, but with adult dogs too.
Oh yeah,
and some of the senior animals as well.
Yeah, a lot of senior dogs. I work with a lot of senior dogs, and you know, again, they all are so grateful to have found a home, and I find without exception these dogs get very, very attached to their owners very quickly. It's almost like they know, you know, this is my new person.
Yeah, and I'm very grateful for it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I know that very well myself. And so what should people know about adopting a rescue dog? You know, what are some of the things that they need to make sure that they ask for?
Well, I think it's critical that they are able to get as much history and background as they can on that dog. Talking obviously with the rescue groups or the shelter workers to get some idea of where this dog came from, you know, and what were the challenges that we know about in terms of temperament, and even just where they lived and what they experienced, and if there's been any kennel behaviors that are obvious that might be a clue as to what these dogs are, you know, going to be once they come into the home. So as much information as you can get, the better.
Sure.
And in my experience, the rescues have been great about, you know, supplying as much information as they can, because they want these dogs to go to forever homes and not be returned for behavior issues. So I think it's also really important that especially when you're going into a shelter environment where they don't have a lot of information on the dogs, that you are not just picking based on emotion. I see it over and over again that people walk in and they're looking for that dog that they had as a kid, that little fluffy white dog, and they see that little fluffy white dog and they say, that's it. And then they get home and realize that little fluffy white dog is the complete opposite of what they had, and they struggle with that emotionally. The other thing that's really important is knowing that just because it's quiet and calm in the kennel doesn't mean it's going to be quiet and calm when it gets home, and vice versa.
Right.
The real super hyper ones in the kennel, you may think, oh, I don't ever want that dog, but you know what? They're just kennel stressed, and once they get home, they're so happy and calm. So you just can't tell from the cover. You gotta take time to spend time with these dogs and really learn what their real temperament is, because the shelter environment does not show that.
Okay, so dog behaviorist Emily Scott, and she's a consultant as well. She's available for you to contact her for an in-home assessment of your dog of any age. But go to the website to contact Emily, and then maybe she can work on any improvements or issues that you may have with your new forever family member. I'm Lance Minetti, and this has been Around the Valley. Thanks for watching.